after the first one was done, and I'll tell you that part. After going through that process, then the appraisal came in. Well, I was trying to refi to get the appraisal came in. I saw how much I paid for the land, how much it cost me to build, and how much it's actually worth. I'm like, say less. That was kind of one of those things like, yeah, I think I want to do another one. And I partnered with a local GC because in Florida, you need a GC license to be able to build,
Right.
but you
Okay.
don't need one if it's your primary residence. So I couldn't build a house and rent it or sell it. So I partnered with a local GC to help with that process. Then as time goes on, I went and got my own GC license and quit my job and became a developer.
Welcome to the Texas Real Estate Pros Show, where we interview Texas real estate professionals from active real estate investors, lenders, property managers, and many others that provide goods and services into the real estate investing industry in the great state of Texas. Our goal is simple: to share what's working now to help you improve and scale your business to the next level, and to meet the pros that can help you get there. Texas Real Estate Pros is powered by Investor Fuel, America's leader in helping real estate investors and entrepreneurs build the business they need to live the life that they've always dreamed of. Let's start today's show. Property insurance for real estate investors doesn't have to be difficult, but it does need to be there to protect you when you need it. MyInvestorInsurance.com not only provides insurance at 15 to 30% cheaper than traditional agencies, it's built specifically for real estate investors like you. You can set up an account in about 2 minutes, get quotes on properties, turn on and turn off insurance for your fix and flip or rental properties in around 2 minutes without having to talk to anyone directly, all through our portal. There's no better way or faster way to make sure you've got the coverage you need to protect you, and no more lengthy policies either. Once you're set up, you're billed monthly and prorated by the day for however long your policy is active. It's powered by MSI, the third largest independent MGA, with 1.5 million customers and more than $1 billion in cumulative premiums written. Get set up today in about 2 minutes at myinvestorinsurance.com/fuel.
All right. Hey, guys. Welcome back to our show. I'm your host, John Harcar, and I'm here today with Justice Opute. Hope I said that correctly.
Correct.
Super excited to talk to him today about his journey and, what he's currently doing in, new construction, mainly in the single family space. Justice, man, welcome to our show.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. It's
Yeah.
good to be here.
Appreciate you being on here. I'm looking forward to learning about your journey and talking more about the new construction space. Seems like we're hearing a lot of people getting into that, within our community. But before we talk about all that stuff, why don't you fill our audience in a little bit about you? Right? Where you came from, how you got into real estate, what brought you up into today.
That's good. Well, thank you for having me. My name is Justice Opute. I'm originally from Nigeria, and I moved to the United States in 2006. Went to school in Alabama for computer engineering, and I have my master's in computer science. Prior to real estate, I worked as a defense contractor, worked for Boeing, Lockheed, and Northrop Grumman, doing military stuff, things I can really say. And so what most people say, how did that transition from a computer engineer into real estate?
You're also a mind reader.
Right, right. Yeah, when I came down to Florida, I was actually looking for builders to build my personal residence down there, and it was at the time of 2021, no, 2020 when I was looking for that process, and for the life of me, I couldn't find one. And I tried and tried and tried, and something came across my mind. What if I built my own house myself? Is that even a thing? Right. So I started looking at through the process of being an owner builder, right? And I have a friend in Texas who actually gave me some ideas as well. So I started the process and built my own house
Wow.
myself. And that was the most interesting journey I've ever taken. It was sink or swim for me at that time. So that was my learning process. Like some people say, I learned from the School of Hard Knocks.
School of Hard
You know?
Knocks.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
and I
So
want to talk. I want to talk a little bit more about that. But I always like to ask, one question is like, I know you were looking for your own house, and that's how you got into, starting wanting to build your own stuff. But back in the day, growing up in your time in these other industries, was there ever anybody that had that you had exposure to that was in real estate? You know, a family friend, a neighbor, a coworker that had rental properties, just anything that planted that little seed.
No, it's nothing.
Stop living on an island and join the #1 mastermind in America for professional real estate investors. Investor Fuel is a community of hundreds of the nation's top investors working together to build stronger businesses and better lives. In addition to the amazing community of real estate investors acting as a board of advisors for one another, Investor Fuel members have access to 100% funding on purchase and repairs for our members only, a health insurance program, and benefits and discounts that more than pays for the membership of most of our members, meaning it's actually costing you money to not be a member of Investor Fuel. If you're looking to scale your business and build a business that allows you to live the life of your dreams, please visit investorfuel.com today and book a call with our team.
No one. It was just one of those things. I always knew I wanted to get into real estate even while I was in college.
Okay.
But it was the traditional buy short sale, buy foreclosure, fix it, rent it, just what most people would think to do. But in 2016, I actually visited a friend, which I went to engineering school with in Huntsville, Alabama, and he was building at that time. And that kind of triggered something in me. It was like, wow, so he was really building. So that is a thing, right? But I didn't really take note of that until when I moved and I was looking for builders to build my own house, and I couldn't find one. Like I said, then maybe I should build mine.
Wow.
That was the origin of my journey in real estate.
Well, let's talk about this school of hard knocks. So, at what point, and there had to be some point when you're thinking to yourself, like, what am I doing? Like, why am I doing this? I mean, there's got to be somebody else.
Yeah, it was, and I was very meticulous about it. I read some books, a couple of books online. You can read about building your own house, and so I spent about 6-7 months just going through the process of learning how to build. I was actually on lunch break. I was driving around construction sites just to go look at lumber and
Okay.
because I was fascinated about it. That's the difference. There's a difference between, I want to learn this just because it's cool, and just have a fascination about being able to do something. And at that time, I just thought it would be cool to, like, oh, look, I built my own house. It wasn't really for the money part of it.
Right.
It wasn't really for the finances. It was just for that bragging right. Like, hey, look, I know every stud in that wall. I know everything about this house because I built it. And that was kind of where the journey is, where it took me.
So at what point did you, click and say, let's make this a business?
So after the first one was done,
Okay.
and I'll tell you that part. After going through that process, then the appraisal came in. I was trying to refi to get the appraisal came in, and I saw how much I paid for the land, how much it cost me to build, and how much it's actually worth. I'm like, say less. That was kind of one of those things. Like, yeah, I think I want to do another one.
Okay.
And I partner with a local GC because in Florida you need a GC license to be able to build,
Right,
but you don't need one if it's your primary residence.
Got it.
So I couldn't build a house and rent it or sell it. So I partnered with a local GC to help with that process. Then as time goes on, I went and got my own GC license and quit my job and became a developer.
Okay, so you were still when you were building your first house, you were still working at one of the defense companies?
Correct. Yeah, I was still at
Okay.
Northrop Grumman at that time.
Wow. So you were
out
just
there.
doing everything after hours, weekends. How long did it take to build that house?
It took 7 months. Yeah, it took about 7 months. Just, right about the time frame to build one. But now it would take me 4.5 months to build. But at that time, it took it right about 7.5 months to build.
What were some of the biggest takeaways or biggest learning experiences from that house? So if there's anybody listening that maybe has interest in building a house, I mean, what were some of those things that you're like, man, I'm glad I learned that?
Yeah, it's understanding a little bit of the trade would help because I remember spending too much on dirt just to bring in dirt and how much dirt I need on there. I mean, that's part of the school of hard knocks, right? Because you don't know. I always have this saying: you cannot cheat experience. It's either you pay for it with money or time.
Yep.
Right. So that's kind of one of those things. I didn't have the experience. One thing what if someone is listening, I would say just, spend some more time really looking into it. Don't be afraid to go into it, but, be diligent about how to study the process before really doing it. That's one thing that I would say.
If you're looking for consistent, high-quality leads, look no further than Investor Machine. Investor Machine isn't just another agency, it's the most sophisticated, data-driven lead generation company on the planet for real estate investors, and serves the role of being not just a lead generator for your business, but a marketing partner that is helping you achieve your goals along the way. Go to investormachine.com to learn more and schedule a call with our team today.
My takeaways was I was going around, like you said, looking at new construction, asking a lot of questions, getting trades. That's how I got most of the trades.
Mm-hmm.
Some of them were willing to work with me, some of them weren't. So, and I also used the trades to get other trade.
Got
So
it.
that's how I was able to pull it off.
How did you, well, two-part question, I guess. How did you go out there and grow your network? And the second part of that is, why is it so valuable for you to have built and grown that network and have a network?
Well, the network it was easier for me to be able to get other aspect of the business, right? So when it comes to real estate, there are a lot of things involved. There's the local municipality that controls the building process. There's the finances that, cost you to build. And there's also market factors, right? So you can build 10 houses, and if they're not selling, you're stuck with carrying the mortgage and things like that. So the network that I've built throughout the process was able to help me navigate all of those difficulties as a newcomer. But over time, I just kind of gained the experience to know what to do and what not to do, and weed out the bad from the good from building a lot of houses. Now I think I've done maybe 40 houses in span of 4 years.
Wow.
So yeah, it's things really took off for me the time.
Any good, good stories that you have from any one of your builds, or, any maybe oopsie moments that you might have had, things that, you look back and go, wow.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of
Just share one.
these engineering. I had a plan that I used universal engineering for. Maybe I shouldn't have said that name, but they just over-engineered it. And me not knowing, I said, okay, this is an engineer, and he did it. And we spent maybe almost $40,000 more than we would in the foundation, just some of those over-engineering. Like I said, lack of experience.
Yeah.
Another one I would say is I bought a lot, and there's a drain right next to the lot. And before the city will let me build, I have to build a pipe in there. And that's not part of the cost. So that cost me another 45 to $50,000 just
Jeez.
putting pipe. This was a lot that I actually overpaid for. Yeah. I should have thought like this lot has been sitting for 2 years and it's priced at market price. Why is everybody not buying it? So I was like, well, I'll buy it and build on it. And I bought it, closed on it while I was working on the plans. And the city was like, yeah, you have to do the drainage. And yeah, so I think that's my biggest oopsie. And I learned a lot from that one. I didn't
Nice.
lose, but it's just my profit margin wasn't as what I would expect to be.
Right. I mean, looks like you're running a good business, and we know that's not easy in this climate. What's been the key over the last, XYZ amount of years, the key to keeping your machine running smoothly?
I'll say that I was lucky that there's a little bit of element of luck in anything you're doing. All the billionaires will tell you. And one thing that I did was I have a couple of houses that I did, and I used them as model homes, and that was the biggest change in terms of the business, because I had people coming in, I have clients trooping into the model home, and at some point I was selling 1, 2 houses a month because they were impressed with what they saw, and it's the same price, it's the same market price for what the other big builders are building. So I did a little bit better, not a little bit better, a lot better than what the D.R. Hortons and the Lennar would do in that area.
Got it.
My houses were selling. If I buy 5 lots and in 2 months they're all sold out. And I'm also building on owner's lots. So that's the biggest thing I would say is having the model home and building it better than standard.
That's awesome.
If you're a new or newer real estate investor looking to launch or grow your real estate investing business, please check out Investor Fuel Club. It's a coaching community, but unlike anything you've ever seen before. And you can actually partner with members of our mastermind from coast to coast on deals right in your market. There's no better opportunity to build a consistent business than to literally partner with pros to help you avoid costly mistakes, avoid the need for capital to do deals, and help you eliminate your fears as you're starting your business. Learn more about Investor Fuel Club at investorfuel.com/club.
So where are you looking to take your business? Like, what's the goal? How many houses do you want to have it? Have built? How much? Where does that all look like?
Well, I guess at this point it's just now I'm in Texas. Well, I'm actually trying to do a subdivision here in Texas.
Oh, wow. Okay.
That's my goal. Yes, that's what I'm looking to do. I've been looking for lots around the Promise area, Denton, Keller, those areas, looking for large parcels of land to be able to subdivide and build. That's my next big thing. I also have a multifamily, a 14 unit coming. I'm doing in Palm Bay, Florida. That should kick off in the next 2 or 3 weeks. So it's just I don't know where the ceiling is, but it's just constant growth. And if I'm able to, I can foresee it and see I can do it. So I don't want to do scattered lots here in Texas. The margins aren't really as good as it is in Florida.
Okay. Why do you think that is?
Because I've seen how much the houses are selling and how much the land is selling. It's, 4 to 1. So if the lot is selling for 100,000 and the value of the decent house on there is 390, then how much does it really cost you to build, and where's the margin for one house? So, doing it in volume would make it better business sense than just one at a time, which in Florida, just doing one or two at a time, it makes sense because the lot to comp ratios is better. You're buying the land for 35, 40,000, building and selling it for 480, 490 to 550.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah. So the land to comp ratio is typically what I look for in any market.
What made you choose Texas specifically?
I have a lot of friends and family down
Okay,
here,
right.
and everything is bigger here. So
It's all bigger paychecks as well, man. That's
Yeah,
awesome.
so
So
that's
if
the
someone has a piece of land and they want you to build a property, like kind of what's that look like as far as getting you to work with you?
I do two things. I'll check I have a couple of models that I build. I'm speaking in terms of Florida now, not Texas. So I have a couple of models that they can choose from, and I also do custom as well. So if they come to me and they already have the land and the plan would fit on the land, and I'll work with them based on that, come up with price points and things like that. So if someone walks into my door and say, "Hey, I have a piece of property and I want you to build for me," the question would be, what do you want to build? Do you want to use my floor plans, which I have about 10 of them, or do you want to create one? So that's how the conversation will start. Now, some people are delusional, wanting to build a 5,000 square foot home for 300,000. Then I tell them, yeah, that's not going to
Come
work.
on, man. You
Right.
can't do that. Why? Stuff's cheap nowadays, isn't it?
Right.
Has the rise in costs and a lot of this really affected your business at all, or like cost of goods and all those type of things?
Not much.
No.
No, I haven't noticed it a lot. Lumber at some point was trusses, because we use trusses in Florida was so important, but not, the margins were good enough to a point where I don't have to really increase the price. It's not been significant enough for me to say, okay, all right, it's time to increase price.
Awesome. if there's some folks on here that maybe they have some land they want to sell you, or if they just want to work with you and talk to you, like what's the best way for them to be able to get in touch with you?
Yeah, so my Instagram is one thing that I check constantly, and it's JAYOPUS_BLDR. It's for builder. That's my Instagram. That's really the only social media I am very active on. And my email is opushomes.fl@gmail.com. So that's one way people can get in touch with me and we can discuss. Yeah, I'm really, really interested in, like I said, I'm a newbie in the Texas, Dallas area, Texas market. So I would be learning as well, sharing my experience from Florida.
That's
Yeah,
awesome.
because every building department, even it's statewide, have different rules and regulations you have to follow. So you learn as you go.
I love it. Well, cool. Hey guys, I hope everybody listening out there got some value from this. We'll put all that contact information in the show notes, so the folks will be able to get in touch with you. Justice, thank you for coming on and sharing your story, sharing your journey. Love to hear it. Welcome to Texas.
Thank you.
And if you have any land out there, reach out, and we'll see you guys on the next one. Cheers.
All right. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Thanks for joining us for today's show. If you're looking to take your business and your life to the next level, you really need to learn more about the Investor Fuel Mastermind. It's your shortcut to success. To learn more about the amazing benefits of the Investor Fuel Mastermind community, including surrounding yourself with hundreds of other amazing entrepreneurs, 100% financing on your deals, member-only discounts, and so much more, please visit investorfuel.com/Texas. By the way, Investor Fuel is even Texas-based. Also, if you're interested in applying to be a guest on this very show, the Texas Real Estate Pro Show, please visit investorfuel.com/Texas. You can also check the show notes for access to free resources, how to get access to world-class lead generation, and much more. Don't forget to subscribe on YouTube or your favorite podcast app so you never miss another episode. We'll see you on the next show.